Welcome to Diamond.Standard.Gaming, and today we are going to go ahead and finish up our Chinook helicopter that we were building. So like I said in a previous video, we had some technical difficulties, and we did a recording of boxing this whole thing in here. You can see I finished up this opposite wall and I put on the roof of it, but then I realized that I only recorded like 5 seconds of the video, so I think the video software crashed or something, so I ended up not actually having any video for that. So I'm gonna basically just finish it off today. So what we have to do today, we got to do the blades. We got to go ahead and finish the front and round off the front a little bit. We got a little bit of the wall to finish up, and then we have to go ahead and finish up the tires. We will be adding, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more tires we'll be adding to this. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and break out the existing blades, because we're going to have to go ahead and move them over a little bit. And I'm also going to make them a little bit bigger this time around. The first time I just kind of put them up there real quick, and I just made them a single block wide. So I will make them a little wider. I don't do that until later in the video, though. Okay, and then here, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to basically just connect up the rest of the ceiling here. So I just start here and I drag straight across to the other end. You can see I went over a little tiny bit right there, but I come back after I get all this ceiling extended out and I clean it up a little bit. And I do a lot of playback at 5x speed in this video here, because it is pretty big. This video was about 57 minutes long. This right here is where I'm cleaning up the overhang that I put in there. So to try to get it down to a reasonable time, it ended up being about 28 minutes long now that it's all done. And yeah, it was just a lot of, it's a big object, so there's a lot of building and it takes a long time. And then right here, I just go ahead and I fill in the little gap right here. Connect it up, essentially connect it up to the rest of the helicopter. And on the front part of the helicopter here, I didn't need to kind of, smooth the transition into the front motor right there, just because it wasn't as steep. Like the back motor was really steep. If you kind of see back there, I had to kind of add a couple extra blocks to make it look a little bit smoother, so it wasn't just like a giant wall. I throw some lanterns in here because I keep seeing zombies spawning, and there was a little bit of dark space right there, so I went ahead there and threw in some lights. And then here, just getting the zombies out of my helicopter. I don't want them in here. Hopefully that's enough lanterns this time that keeps them out. And then right here, kind of similar to what I did for the roof, I'm going to go ahead and essentially pull across the bottom here and finish off the floor of the helicopter, and also finish off part of the nose of the helicopter, the black concrete right there. Again, playing back at 5x speed just to get it done. At this point, the kind of the profile or everything is already determined by the other side, so it's really just pulling these across so it completes the shape of the helicopter. And I do the exact same thing with the glass for the front. So yeah, please let me know in the comments what you think of the helicopter so far and how it's looking, and if there's, what's the next thing you want me to build. You want me to build another helicopter or maybe a tank or something like that, just let me know, and we'll put it on our list of things to do. We still have a Mario themed obstacle course coming up, so that might be something we'll work on over the weekend. See if I can get cars and trucks to work on that with me. And here the exact same thing, just finishing off the front here with the green and black concrete to close off the front. Now the front glass here is kind of flat looking from the front, so I do come back in a little bit, and I do try to round it off a little bit. So you can see right here, it's too flat. So you'll see that in a minute or two coming up here. And then I go ahead and I finish off the remaining open part of the wall right here. So part of the nose, part of the window, and then, you know, part of the green wall and that front narrow window you see right there. Again, I'm just replicating exactly what I did on the other side, so you can always pause it if you want to see it, or you can always go back to the first video and kind of take a look and see what I did if you need help building that. And that finishes up that open wall right there. Just have it just about all boxed in. We just got to do that front windshield right there. And that takes care of that. That's how we're looking so far. I'm pretty impressed in myself, at least, how this all came out. I think it came out pretty good. When I started, I really didn't know what to expect of this build. Okay, here I'm going to go ahead and start working on the front and the windshield, and I'm going to try to round it off a little bit, like I said. So here I'm just counting to make sure I get to the middle point. So that right there is the middle block. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to bring it out 3 here in the middle. I don't want it to be too round, but I want it to be a little bit more round than it is right now. So that right there is kind of the furthest part that sticks out in the front. So I put, you know, 2 sets of 2, and then I put 4 sets of 1, and I go and I replicate that on the other side. So overall, I got this video down to about 28 minutes. So I think I took about 30 minutes. I was able to compress it from about 57 minutes or so down to 28 minutes. Let me know how the pace of this video is. You know, is it too fast? Is it too slow? Is there more, you know, are there more slow spots or blank spots that I can cut out? I was thinking what I would do is I would actually probably do a short 2 of this and kind of use structure blocks and build the whole thing in under a minute. I think it's a pretty neat looking build, and I think it's a lot. It's a big build, so it'll really easily fill up an entire minute. So we'll see. I'll try to get that out in maybe I'll get that out like tomorrow or something like that. It's pretty neat. I did a couple different builds with structure blocks. And you can use, you know, you could pretty much put the whole thing in one structure block. I think, actually, this one might require 2 because it's so big. I want to say it was 64 by 64 was the max size you could put into, or 64 by 64 by 64 is the maximum size you can put into a structure block. But what's neat is if you do separate structure blocks, like I can go ahead and, like, you know, do the windshield as one part, and I could do, you know, the wheels as one part, and I can go do, you know, the walls as a part. And it's kind of neat seeing each part get built separately. If you do everything in one, it just kind of builds it from the ground up, and it still looks neat, but it just doesn't give it the same, I guess, the same viewing interest or whatever is what I would say, where it's like it just starts from the bottom and goes to the top. Where if you have multiple structure blocks, you can build a spot over here on the left, and you can build something on the right. Maybe put a tire in, maybe put a blade in or something before you're done building, and you kind of fill it all in together, and it just gives it a little bit more of a unique, construction. So here, yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I'm building out now the middle of the glass part, so the center of the glass sticks out a little bit more than the sides of it. So it'll stick out a little bit more as you get out. It'll stick out a little less, I guess I'll say, as you get out from the center of the windshield. And I'm kind of winging all this. I really didn't know what to expect or exactly what I was doing here. So I'm really just trying to give it a try and kind of taking a side view every so often and see how it looks. And then what I do here is I go ahead and I basically do the whole, right hand side of the window, and then I come back and I do the left side, but I play the left side back, at 5x speed, just so you don't have to watch the whole thing again. There's a lot of going back and forth, okay, what did I do over here, and then kind of floating back to the left side and adding a couple, and then going back to the right side and saying, okay, what did I do now? So it's kind of slow, but I did want to show you, most of it at the regular playback speed, just in case you are trying to build this, so you can follow along. Or and again, if you have something, or you did something similar, or you're building this and you have a different idea for the windshield, yeah, definitely let me know in the comments like what you did. And maybe in the next build I can go ahead and I can incorporate that in what I do. I'm always trying to learn different ways of doing things, and how do I visualize what I'm doing next. It's I think as I do it more and more, I get a little bit better at it. I could like picture more in my head without actually putting something down, which makes it a little bit easier. I was kind of bummed. I have a texture pack called Natural Texture Pack that I normally use, and for whatever reason, it works in my realms. So in here, this is using the Natural Texture Pack, and that came with my version of Minecraft that I bought. I bought Minecraft. I think we got it. I think I bought it from Target maybe, and around Christmas time last year, and it came with that texture pack came with it for free, which was really cool. It looks really nice. I think it's a nice upgrade over the vanilla Minecraft version. But it used to work on my non-realm versions of the game, but recently it stopped working. It basically says it can't load the texture pack. And for a while, I was able to kind of, either delete and re-download, or like kind of turn everything off, turn it back on, and it seemed like that worked. And then now I can't even do that. So when I play in local worlds, I can't even use this texture pack anymore. So I was kind of looking to see what else is out there for texture packs. If anybody has any good suggestions of a texture pack they really like. I'm looking for something a little bit more realistic, something similar to this, more realistic than the vanilla version, but I don't want super realistic or anything like that. And I am playing on a Nintendo Switch, which is not, the most powerful system. So if it's too good or it's too big, I have a good idea, a good feeling that it's not gonna really run smoothly. I mean, I know already when I'm exploring a world, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to kind of render like the scene in front of me, and everything will be white, and I'll be like running into a wall, and I won't be able to see it because it didn't have time to render. So right here, I'm trying to round off the corner a little bit, so I go ahead and I break into that corner a little bit. Try to make it a little bit less square, like I said earlier. And again, I'm just kind of doing this all at a whim. I really had no idea how it was going to actually look. So it's looking a little better right there, I think. What do you guys think? Again, let me know in the comments if you have an idea of what I can do to make this better. I love learning. I love trying new things. So I'm going in one more right here. Trying to get an idea of what it looks like right there. And I decided to go ahead and break in one more block on the corner here. Make it a little bit more rounded. Something else I was looking for too, if anybody has any ideas out there, kind of like a miniature block mod or add-on, if there is one. I think I was seeing some on YouTube, but I couldn't find it in the marketplace. Kind of like I guess a block would be, you know, 1/4 the size of these blocks. I think that would be a really cool thing to add in, because then you could really kind of round off corners and stuff like that. It's fine when you want it when you have like a really big circular object. Like I made like a video with some bacon and eggs not too long ago. You can see that video right here if you want to check that one out. And you know, that pot I think was like 30 some across, and that came out to be like a pretty good circle. But if you really try to make smaller circles, like even the wheels on this helicopter were only 5, it ends up really not being very circular. And really looks more like a square, like a weird looking square with the corners missing or something like that. So yeah, if anybody knows, you know, a miniature block mod that I can get for, you know, not too expensive, that would be really cool. Please let me know in the comments. And then here I am going ahead and playing back at 5x speed, and I'm just replicating the other side that I just did. There it is. That is now the front windshield. And I just kind of outline it here with black concrete, just to try to give a little bit more contrast. If you use too much of one color, it all kind of blends together. And that finishes off the front of our helicopter. Now, in the picture that I was working off of, it did have kind of this. I made this all glass, the whole windshield all the way across. In the one that I was working off of, there were actually some, like, you know, I guess metal, or in this case it would be the green concrete that was coming down around the front too. So maybe in the future I will try to modify it with that. Put a it kind of had separate panes of glass, not just one giant pane of glass. But for right now, I think this looks pretty good. So what I do here, I'm going to go ahead and build the propellers now. And I just went with, I went with gold just to, give it some contrast. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 14. And I don't think that's long enough yet. 15, 16, 17. I think that's pretty good for now. It could maybe be a little bit longer yet. I think probably at least 20, if not 25 long. You'll see once I get all the propeller blades in here, or all the rotor blades in, you'll see it looks, I don't know, it kind of looks more like a toy, I would say, than, because the blades were not nearly long enough. I would probably consider adding at least 5 more, and again, I might come back to that, maybe I'll do it in a future video, or maybe I'll just do it off the video and then I can show you my finished product. And then I go ahead and I do the exact same thing on the back end. That finishes up the blades right there. You can kind of see, yeah, they're a little bit smaller than I think they need to be. If each one was at least 5 longer, I think it would look really good. But you can really see it's starting to take shape now.
Hi everybody.
Who's that? Who's here?
Cars and Trucks 15.
Cars and Trucks 15's here. He's checking out our build. What do you think of it?
Good.
You have any ideas of what we should build next?
A 2-story plane.
A 2-story plane?
Yeah.
Like a passenger plane or some other kind of plane?
Like a luxury plane.
Oh, a luxury plane. I like that idea. What do you think of that idea out there, guys? You think we should build that next, a luxury plane? Let me know in the comments. And if I hear enough, people say yeah, maybe that's what we'll build next. So right here, I'm just going ahead and I'm adding in, I guess, the fuel tank to the left-hand side there. This actually took me like a lot longer than I would have expected. It was really what took so long was just kind of getting the back to kind of look the same. Maybe I was starting to get tired at that point. I'm not sure. Because dragging it across, dragging it from the front to the back was pretty easy, but then it just didn't line up exactly, and I think I finally got it. And I did realize I actually forgot to put the jet on the left-hand side, that gray jet right there. I forgot to put that on the left-hand side, but again, I always modify that in future video or offline. All right, and then we get here to the tires. So I break up that green concrete because that was just kind of a temporary thing to you know, attach the body to the tire. But what I'll do here is I'll put this in the middle of the tires, and I kind of put that one little metal piece that goes through the middle. That's kind of like the axle, I guess. And I'm putting double tires in, so each tire is going to be a pair of tires, because it is a big helicopter, so it weighs a lot. It needs lots of tires to support all the weight. It's so dark working with the black concrete, so I go ahead and I throw a lantern down, but it didn't really help. Working with the black concrete is just so dark. So that's how it's going to look when it's all done. And I go ahead and I fast forward through the remaining 5 wheels that we have to do. Spider got in the way right there. Alright, and that finishes up our 4 wheels. So that right there is how our helicopter is looking right now. So that's our finished our helicopter for right now. Again, let me know what you think in the comments and what I can improve or what I can add, and definitely let me know what you would like me to build next. I was thinking of something else we can do on here would actually be like this back gate. It would be cool to maybe do like a redstone video where you can actually open up redstone and command block video, where you can actually open up the gate with a button in the back. I think that'd be really cool. I did some videos with like regular doors and stuff like that, and a spiral doorway, which I think was neat. So I think this would be a neat addition to that series of videos. All right. And that's it for today. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a great day.